Lost and Profound, Musings on the Power of Connection Through Discovery. This is a podcast for leaders and learners, performers, and all people seeking a deeper sense of connection and discovery in your life. I'm your host, Doug Chancel Harry, owner of DCH Coaching. Please visit me at dchcoaching.com. If you're searching for your purpose or you're just looking for the trailhead for your next big life adventure, please reach out. I can absolutely help. So today we are talking about legacy leadership, how the past shapes the way we lead forward. And this is in honor of this week's upcoming Juneteenth celebration. So history isn't just a storybook, right? It's a mirror, and sometimes it's a magnifying glass. As Juneteenth approaches, many leaders glance back at the past with reverence. Fewer, however, ask, well, what does it mean to truly lead forward with the weight of that past in our rearview mirror? At DCH Coaching, I work with leaders who want to create meaningful impact. And around this time each year, there's a particular invitation worth sitting with. How do we honor the legacy of freedom, resilience, and resistance in our leadership today? Because legacy isn't just momentum, it's a practice. We lead in the present, but we forget the past. In our fast-forward rhythm of corporate life, history often feels like a museum exhibit, dusty, distant, worth visiting maybe once a year. But leadership that ignores context risks repeating the very patterns that hinder progress. We build systems on outdated norms. We inherit cultures without examining their cost. We tell stories that quietly leave whole chapters and people out. Juneteenth, which commemorates the delayed emancipation of enslaved African Americans in Texas, isn't just about celebration. It's about awareness. It reminds us that freedom delayed is not freedom denied, but it is freedom distorted. That distortion doesn't just live in textbooks, it echoes throughout boardrooms, hiring practices, and decision-making tables even today. And when we forget, we fail to grow. A leader once told me, I don't like to dwell on the past. It slows us down. I understand the impulse, but when we speed past reflection, we speed into blind spots. Take, for instance, the concept of meritocracy, a deeply held belief that those who rise have earned their way purely on merit. Sounds fair, feels empowering, but it too easily glosses over centuries of denied access, underrepresented voices, and systemic bias. Acknowledging legacy isn't about guilt. It's about grit. It's about responsibility. It's about asking, what foundations am I standing on? And who helped build them? Look, according to McKinsey's 2023 report on diversity, companies in the top quartile for ethnic and cultural diversity, they're 36% more likely to outperform their peers. Not just because they check boxes, but because they embrace a wider lens. They learn from a deeper past and they build from it. So let legacy lead. True legacy leadership means leading with the past in mind, the present in hand, and the future in heart. And here's what that looks like. Number one, study the shoulders you stand on. Learn about Black innovators, entrepreneurs, quiet trailblazers whose names may never appear on your office walls, but whose influence runs deep. Read about women like Madam C.J. Walker, who built a business empire before women could even vote, or Robert Abbott, who founded the Chicago Defender and shaped the Great Migration. Let your stories inform your courage. Number two, make equity an everyday practice. Don't just post on Juneteenth. Create policies that promote access, advocate for succession planning that includes underrepresented voices, mentor across differences, measure equity like you would revenue, because it's just as critical as growth, and it's just as critical to your growth. Number 3, use power to make space, not just decisions. Legacy leaders don't hoard influence. They redistribute it. They champion others. They open doors. They know that power, when shared with intention, multiplies impact. And number 4, lead for the future you won't see. Not every tree you plant will bear fruit in your tenure, and that's okay. Think generationally. Lead so that others can lead better. And know that sometimes the greatest thing that you can offer isn't your voice, but your platform. So this isn't just history, it's strategy. As we commemorate Juneteenth, remember this: legacy isn't nostalgia. It's navigation. It's knowing where we've been so that we can better choose where to go next. And for leaders, that choice matters more than ever. If you lead others, you carry influence. You set the tone. You define culture. You become part of someone else's legacy. So ask yourself this: what'll they say about the way I led? If you're ready to lead with deeper clarity, equity, and purpose, I invite you to work with me. At DCH Coaching, we don't just talk about inclusive leadership, we practice it. Explore coaching programs that help leaders connect legacy with action, vision with values, and power with people. If you like what you've been hearing and seeing today, come and visit me. Also, like and subscribe my page. It really helps me to help others. I look forward to our next adventure together. And until then, happy leading.